Hey, what's up, you guys? Um, right now, I want to talk about the mental block in the rat race. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because a lot of people don't realize that the rat race is a mental game. And, people want to become millionaires and escape the rat race and they think it's over. But if you think about how how near impossible that is. First of all, like, so for people who are, you know, quote unquote escaping the rat race, the people that you see that are, um, you know, living in $1 million home with a boat and a Lamborghini, and like, chances are those people did not escape the rat race. Like, most likely those people are some of the biggest rats in the rat race, which are getting worked harder than any rat. They're basically, people say, like, sell your soul to the devil and you can become rich. But I mean, it's just like, if you see an actor, right? They say he soul is sold to the devil, um, because basically you're in a contract where somebody owns you. Like, in a lot of singers, actors, whatever, they're bonded in contracts. That's why you'll hear them saying, um, I have to release 3 more albums before the record lets me go. And if they book you a show, you got to do it. If they book you an interview, you got to do it. And you can't say you're tired. You can't be sick, because you're costing them millions of dollars that they set up for you so that you can be a millionaire and live your life. But really, you're one of the biggest slaves in the industry, and a lot of people think that, oh, they escaped the rat race. And then you got other people where the the riches is just hereditary, Their parents own businesses, they, handed it down, and it's, you're not in the rat race. In my book, How to Escape the Rat Race, Survive, Win, and Take Over, um, I pretty much put in the first chapter of how, people are born into the rat race, like, and it's not like a few people are, it's like 90% of the world, like 98% of the world that are in this rat race that can't get out, and they're born into it. You know what I mean? And not only are they born into it, but their parents were born into it, their parents were born into it, and people's great 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 parents were born into slavery, and beyond that. And there's generational wealth where it's just, generation after generation, you're not going to take their wealth away. And those people are always going to be, ahead of the rat race. And there are some people who, you know I'm not going to speak about escaping the rat race, but as far as people who have never been in the rat race, there's always that generation of people who, are just out of the rat race. They're always going to be out of the rat race, but you can set up your future for a good, you know, living. Um, and the reason why I say it's mindset is because, people get this idea where they want to get rich, they want to make $1 million, and they don't, think of it that that's not likely. It's not likely. Um, Escaping the rat race, you should be thinking about how to make, 50,000 a year, doing something you enjoy doing. That's escaping the rat race. When you can, you know, leverage your own time and your own knowledge to be able to make a good living, that's escaping the rat race. When you can be self-dependent and you don't have to, um, look for other people to make a living for you. So the mental block is simple. Like you can't escape the rat race when you're complaining about it. You can't escape the rat race saying that, I'm stuck. I'm trapped in this rat race. How are you ever going to expand your mind to be able to exit the rat race if you're stuck in the mindset that you cannot do it? A lot of people are stuck in the mindset that they can't do something. If you want to watch TV and you wanted to change the channel, you wouldn't say, I can't change the channel, unless if the remote wasn't working. And then you'd probably get up, go get some batteries, change the batteries in the remote, and change the channel. But people don't do that in real life. People don't do that for things that matter. When they're complaining about something like they don't like their job, they'd rather just stay there and complain rather than try to find something different or try to make a new way to start living life. And it's all mentality. You got to have positive thoughts. You got to have positive feelings that are attached to those thoughts. Because if you're like, oh, I want $1,000,000, but I hate my job and I'm stuck here, how are you ever going to make something? And you should start small. People say dream big. Yeah, have big dreams, but also know that you have to start small. People don't earn $1,000,000, they earn $1 1,000,000 times. So that's how you got to think. You got to think like, okay, I'm going to earn $1 today. This week I'm going to earn $100. This month I'm going to earn $1,000. In 6 months I'm going to earn $10,000. In a year I'm going to earn $30,000. And in the next 5 years I'll be earning $100,000 a year. But people are like, oh, I'm going to make a hit song and I'm going to be a millionaire overnight, or I'm going to go get lottery tickets and I'm going to be a millionaire overnight. And it's that thinking, that overnight thinking, that thinking that you don't have to put in any work, that defeats you every time, because you don't have patience, you don't have work ethic, you don't have consistency. So you're constantly thinking like, oh, this overnight success, and you're constantly putting yourself in this self-defeated mode. And when you get a little bit of success, you're like, oh man, I started this business, I sold one book, this whole month. And it's like, okay, work on that. Keep selling them, keep pushing it, But if you don't do that, then of course you're going to be defeated. Of course you're not going to have anything to mentally keep you going, because you've already defeated yourself. Because in your mind, the first month, nobody knows you, but this first month you were supposed to sell 1,000,000 copies of your book. So you got to think about, you got to have a positive mindset, and you got to be realistic about what you're able to do, and, strategize in this rat race, because it's built not in your favor. So you really have to think clearly, and you really got to expand your mind, and you really got to open up to a lot of things. And a lot of people are just living this like fairy tale life where they're like, oh, I want to do what I love doing, and be rich and never have to work again, and sit on the beach. But that's not how it works. You got to actually set it up in your mind. Okay, I'm going to do this and this. Set vision, make a vision in your life, in your mind, and start becoming that vision. Make a vision of who you see yourself as and start becoming that person day by day. And don't get so caught up in the results. Become a good person, become a working person. Develop work ethic, develop work habit. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. So continue to build character. Who you become is way more important than what you have. If you're doing well enough to make a living and you do it your way, I think there's a song by, I think it's Frank Sinatra, and it's called I Did It My Way. And that's what escaping the rat race is about. It's not about escaping the rat race. It's not about becoming a millionaire it's not about not working at all ever in your life. It's about doing it your way. And you have to envision that. What is your way? You have to envision what your success is. And that's what a lot of people get caught up in, is they don't know what their success is. You know, there's a bunch of women that want to get fake asses and be Kim Kardashian because they think that's what success is. But they never thought about what their success is, who they are as an individual. You know, a lot of people want to play football. A lot of people want to rap. A lot of people want to sag their pants and claim they're a gangster and sell weed because that's what they think success is. But it's not your success. You have to be clear on what your success is. And you got to think about what that is mentally. You got to see it for yourself, what work you're going to put out there, what you're going to do, and how you're going to fulfill that dream. So, look, get in your head. Start building that vision for your life and start making something and start, envisioning that life. And soon it'll be yours. I got a call coming through. It's getting real hot in this car, so stay tuned. I'm gonna have more advice for you, and good luck, you guys. Keep that vision and mentally prepare yourself and stay positive.